Well, Cubs find a way to get it done. They beat the Cincinnati Reds. Kind of a makeshift lineup. Few guys coming in, few guys not. Rizzo's laying back in the dugout. Bryant. But it's fun to beat the Reds.
Yes, it's always get the first win out of the way. And games like this, it's going to be one big play. And Ian Happ right there at the end, big swing of the bat, put them over. And it was a quality start for Quintana. I know he gave up some runs there, but it was good to see him move the ball in and out.
Right. By the definition, he doesn't get quality start, but they gave him 4 really good, magnificent innings. Yeah. Struggled in the 5th. He knew he was coming out, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. We have got our post-game show coming up. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, what is this?
These were retired.
No, these were retired.
We don't use these anymore.
We've used these, and these have been on fire.
And these are basically batting about 800. Yeah. We'll be right back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois Cubs post-game live is next.
This is more than a bundle. This is more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home court. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. It's why I'm here.
Here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
This is the original light beer. And 40 years later, we still brew it the same way. Because when you get something right, you don't mess with it. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Whoa, impressive stats.
Yeah, these guys are good.
Yes, drive the middle. Oh, let's see that again. What a performance.
Lease a new 2017 RAV4 for $199 a month or get 0% APR for 72 months plus $500 bonus cash on RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
These are Midwest companies. Companies that pave roads and build factories and keep promises. They don't want some do-nothing banker. They want momentum makers. Bankers who aren't afraid to get their wingtips dirty, who know what it takes to grow a business from the ground up. That's what builds momentum in the Midwest. The momentum makers of First Midwest Bank.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us. Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Toyota, tested, trusted Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. And by State Farm, here to help life go right. This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois.
He drives one the other way. Winker will watch it go! A 3-run homer! Ian Happ!
That guy is rolling. Homer yesterday, homer today. Cubs beat the Reds and get their 91st win of the season. Dunsing 1-1 over Lorenzen 8-4 in the save to Justin Grimm, his first of the season. Schebler and Votto had good days for the Reds. Ian Happ, the big star today for the Cubs, along with Tommy LaStella, who had a couple of knocks. Hello, welcome in. Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield in Illinois. He's David DeJesus. I'm David Kaplan. So we talked about Quintana a moment ago. Fine for 4 innings. 5th inning, the wheels came off, but he was pretty much, I think, mentally like, I'm done here now. Yeah. But it's really good to see Ian Happ continue to put thunder into that lineup.
Exactly, and he's going to be a guy that can play different positions, and in the playoffs, You're going to have double switches. He's a guy that can play pretty much everywhere. And when you know he's hit 25, almost 25 bombs his rookie season, so you're expecting him next year to make a progression. So this guy could be a piece that the Cubs could keep.
Does he remind you of more thunder in the bat, but a Ben Zobrist type?
Yes. I think Ben was cleaner fielding-wise, younger in his career, but this guy's bat is way more advanced than Ben's was. Ben's was more of a doubles type of guy. This guy's going to hit you some homers and some slugging.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights from today's ballgame. Second inning, runners at the corners, and Jose Quintana will get down a sac bunt and an RBI. That's his third of the season. You see the runners there at the corners, and then Quintana does a really nice job. There's the toss home and no shot.
Yeah, that was just, Quintana recently has done his job at the plate, moving runners, knocking guys in, so it's great to see a pitcher helping himself out.
And then John Jay drives in another run with a sac fly. Phillip Ervin makes the catch. Alex Avila scores easily from third. The Cubs have a 2-0 lead. All right, time for our Elk Grove Village pitching recap. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Quintana had a nice outing for 4 innings. And then in the fifth, 6 hits, 4 earned. He struck out 5, did not walk a man. He threw 81 pitches. And Joe said, that's it. You're done. You're ready to go for the postseason. Any concern that 5th inning was not good, or you put more stock in the 4 innings that were?
I'm giving those 4 innings. He was moving that ball around. He was in control of this game. It's hard to pitch in these games because it didn't matter at all. He just wanted to stay sharp. And it's tough that last inning just came out of nowhere. It was almost like Michael Wacha the other day, where he was just perfect, and then just that one blow-up inning. So that was very similar, but I know Q's going to just move past that and just look forward to that first start whenever he makes that first start.
Like Quintana, as we said, solid the first 4 innings. Trouble as you're watching here in the 5th. And it wasn't like they just pounded him to death. They paper cut him to death.
Yes. And I think his stuff was a little not as sharp. He was just, that curveball was just hanging enough. He was just hitting his fastball was missing over the middle of the plate more than earlier in the game.
Yeah, those were 6 singles in that inning.
Yeah.
It's not like they hit bombs to the street, but again, those runs all count. All right, time for our Gerber Collision and Glass play of the game. Down 4-2 in the 8th. Ian Happ goes deep with 2 on, the 24th home run of the season for Happ. Cubs take a 5-4 lead. This was good to see.
Man, that's a down and in pitch. That's a pitch that gives him trouble, and he was able to shoot it out the other way. That shows if you can keep your hands inside of a ball and the power that he has, he can drive it out to any field. And man, it's great to see him just maturing as a hitter. And as you get older, you limit those holes. So that down and in slider has been his problem. At bat before he swung at it, struck out.
Getting better.
There, he just made the adjustment, just nice level swing to the ball, wrote it on out.
All right, time for a break here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Bring you Joe Maddon's press conference. That's next here on CSN.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
To be in the Express, you gotta be able to ride. And I mean really ride.
Jack, wait.
Ma, I ain't no boy no more.
You don't know what's out there. It's dangerous.
This is something I have to do, Ma.
But the job only calls to a man who has what it takes.
You take this, and you go west as fast as you can.
Think we'll see him again, Mom?
I reckon.
How can you be so sure?
Because west is that way.
Inside the rack houses of Jim Beam, thousands of barrels lay silent. But that doesn't mean they lay idle. In fact, inside each and every Jim Beam barrel, the bourbon is aging, building a fuller, smoother flavor that only comes from being aged 4 long years. At Jim Beam, our history's made from the inside. How will you make yours?
Now is a great time to buy a Honda Civic. With power, a 40-mile-per-gallon highway rating, and incredible passenger volume. Discover all the reasons to buy the best-selling compact car in America. the Honda Civic. Test drive it at your local Honda dealer today. Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealer and test drive a Honda today.
There's no way that I'm not going to ask you about the steroid scandal.
I made a mistake, and that's on me.
My dad said, "You're going to play pro basketball." I didn't believe him at the time.
I just want my parents to be able to see me play in the big leagues. Your dad and your mom show up.
And I'm in a gay relationship which they didn't know about.
Most people think Dad taught me how to play baseball. It was Mom.
You build up the courage, but you got to be a little crazy.
If you want to do something, you better figure out how to win. And that is the most important thing about life.
You're watching CSN, presented by State Farm.
Time now for our four-season heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. Who's hot and who's not? Against the Cubs' first-round opponent, the Nationals. Who's hot? How about Wilson Contreras? 9 of 24 for .375 batting average, 5 bombs, and 9 RBIs. Who's not? How about John Jay? 4 of 23, a .174 batting average, and just a .240 on-base percentage. That is brutal. All right, welcome back to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. He's David DeJesus. I'm David Kaplan. Time for the Jim Beam winning box score. And with Marty Brennaman in town, only fitting to say this one belongs to the Cubs. John Jay, a 1 for 2. Zobrist, an 0 for 4. LaStella had 2 knocks. Contreras had 1. Gives me a key performer win. We're even for the season. Schwarber, 1 for 4. Happ, 2 for 4 with his 24th bomb. 3 knocked in and 2 runs scored. Avila and Freeman and Quintana did not get a hit. Time to go to Wrigley. Here's Joe Maddon.
I mean, it's just, listen, I had a limited number of guys we can play today. Caratini was the last available player. Zoe went 9, Zoe went Ironman. The bullpen, that was the bullpen, and then Rob Z, that was it. So if I had to put Rob Z there in the end, it was going to be with the double switch to get Avila out of the game, and then that was their last hitter would be, if we came back around, it was Rob Z. But Happer made it right. He made it right. I mean, Lorenzen's throwing the ball really well. It's shadowy at that point. 97, 98, and he hits an absolute rocket to left central. I mean, that was hit really well. He looked good at third base, too. He moved around well, and he's definitely not intimidated. So give him credit. I thought Quintana, I thought he threw well. I mean, he gave up some ground ball base hits. I just did not want to push him past 80 pitches. And Dunsing was fine also. And so Rondon was really good, I thought.
You talk about Happ overall, and he comes up not at the beginning of the season. He's going to approach 30 home runs. He's come up with obviously some big hits through the season.
He has. We've talked about this. He's so deceptively strong. When he hits the ball, it's really loud and it goes far. His versatility now, the fact that third base is not necessarily in the portfolio yet, but I can see him doing that, and second base, and of course all the outfield positions. Switch hitter, runs well, throws well. He does a lot of good baseball things. So again, I saw him, pretty much for the first time this camp, and then he's grown into what we've seen right now. So good for him, because when you're with him on the bench in the course of the game, or you talk to him during the course of the game, very lucid, nothing's too fast. It's always good to see that.
How about Rondon's hit? Even Pena had a pretty good swing there, too.
Yeah, our pitchers have always been pretty good. It was absolutely necessary today. And, when that happens, you see the slow roller Ronnie, just don't try to jump at the bag, that kind of thing. I was really curious why it took so long to overturn that. It was kind of awkward. And then after that happens, you could absolutely see Rivera hitting a 2-run home run, but it eventually played out well.
Were you impressed by his speed down the line?
No, I mean, it was just that he ran without jumping at the bag. Any of our players, position players or pitchers, I don't want to ever see anybody jumping at the bag, and he did not do that.
So the players
Can you talk about what was different? Those first 4 innings for Q were really good, and then
he got some balls through. I mean, if you think about it, ground ball to left, ground ball up the middle, ground ball up the middle, ground ball, Schebler, ground ball between first and second, ground ball. I mean, sometimes ground balls get well placed, and then it doesn't look that good. I thought he came out stuff-wise was outstanding. First couple, 3-4 innings, I just wanted him at 80, maybe just coming off of 100 plus, 115, whatever it was last time. Maybe felt it a little bit there. He also knew that he was not going to be in the game long, so there might have been those conspiring events in the back of his mind. I'm not accusing him of that. I'm just saying they hit ground balls. And when you hit ground balls and they get through the infield, there's not a whole lot you can do about that.
For the players to have the moment before the game to be able to come out and acknowledge the crowd, what was that like, obviously when you win the division on the road?
Yeah, it's always special here. I mean, our fans are so fabulous, and, to get out there and to be acknowledged in that manner by our group is always wonderful. It's such a love relationship among, between the dugout, the players, and the fans in the stands. That's awesome. So it was kind of neat. Typically well done from our video department, watching the season unfold in about a minute and a half, whatever it was. But it was appropriate. It was really well done. Our players really appreciated it.
Are you guys official on Sunday with Jake and what you're doing going forward?
Yeah, he's not pitching on Sunday. Okay. He's not. That's officially not pitching on Sunday. And we're going to officially pitch Montgomery on Sunday. Yeah.
Does that probably push Jake back to the 3-ish, 4-ish?
What we're going to do is we're going to push him into a sim game during the course of the week. Wednesday, I believe, right? And then after that, we'll make our determination.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
San Diego, after that third loss, I talked to Addison Russell, and he basically made a promise. And he said, after All-Star break, you guys would catch stride, be the division champs, and be the best team.
He told you all that?
Oh, he told me this word for word. It's unbelievable.
Joe Willie Russell. I love it.
Yeah,
he guaranteed it.
Confidence was
No, I love it. No, seriously, our guys, we never lost confidence throughout the whole thing. That was a tough road trip out there. We lost 6 in a row, didn't we?
Yeah, it was after that third.
Yeah, that was really, that was probably the low point in a sense. 6-game West Coast, losing all 6. But I'm here to tell you, man, I never felt that our guys wavered internally about being able to do something like this. And you always want to catch your stride at the right time of the year. And like we've been talking about, obviously we're playing our best ball for the entire season right at this particular moment. It's who our guys are. I mean, like walking out there today, getting back to the previous question with the video, it was really nice to be acknowledged. But our guys also know that there's more work to be done. It's not like the first time you've done it, you're so effusively happy that you'll just take anything. Our guys like it, appreciate it, but we have a lot of work left to do.
Joe, speaking of confidence, are you confident Jake will be able to go in the DS? That's not a question, is it?
Not as of right now, it is not. No, I am confident that he will be able to do that, yes.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Joe Maddon meeting the media. He looks different in a golf shirt. I've never seen him dressed like that before.
He's looking dapper.
Dapper. He's usually in a T-shirt or a uniform. All right, our UPS store taking care of business player of the game. We've showed you this a few times. Ian Happ taking care of business. We were going to give it to Hector Rondon because he just knocked the cover off the ball, but got to go with Ian Happ here, 3-run jack.
Yeah, game-winning jack. This guy, for a rookie coming up, he made a splash in spring training, and he's continued it through the season, man. This guy's been a great piece, and hopefully he can keep it going into the playoffs.
Now you look at rookies and how they have done hitting home runs. Chris Bryant is the record holder at 26, Bill Williams at 25. If Ian Happ can find a way to knock 3 more out in the next 2 days, he's the all-time, in the history of the franchise, #1. You see Walt Moose Morin on the list in 56, Tyler Colvin at 20, and 3 of those guys won Rookie of the Year.
When you're above the Moose, you're doing something right.
That's it. You're ahead of the Moose, you are doing something well, and Ian Happ, 1 behind Hall of Famer Billy Williams, 2 behind Chris Bryant. Time for our James & Sons Fine Jewelers Fielding Gem. 5th inning. Robert Stevenson trying to lay down a sac bunt. Wilson Contreras throws the laser to third. Ian Happ got him, double play, and that was a pretty James & Sons Fine Jewelers Fielding Gem.
And look how quick he just pounces out of that. JD had a great call. His pounce factor is one of the best in the game.
Big time pounce factor.
Big time.
That is a very good point. And obviously the hamstring must be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, he's
good to see. All right, we'll be right back. Cubs Postgame Live presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield in Illinois continues. Coming up, we'll discuss what the Cubs playoff rotation might be. Hear from Jake Arrieta on his hamstring and his status for the playoffs. We'll preview John Lester's final regular season start Saturday at Wrigley.
Prudential asked these couples, how much money do you think you'll need in retirement? Then we found out how many years that money would last them.
How long do you think we'll keep...
Stop. You're gonna leave me back here at year 9? How did this happen?
It turned out a lot of people fell short of even the average length of retirement.
We have to think about not when we expect to live to, but when we could live to.
Let's plan for income that lasts all our years in retirement.
Prudential, bring your challenges.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Bob's Discount Furniture presents 3 furniture victories. Number 1, not having to choose a new living room set over seeing the game live. Number 2, not having to choose a new bedroom set over seeing the game on a new TV. Number 3, not having to choose a new dining room over a pre-game party. At Bob's Discount Furniture, you can have your cake and eat it too. And by cake, we mean furniture. Bob's Discount Furniture. It's how to win at furniture.
This is the original light beer, brewed with the belief that a beer could be light and not compromise on taste, to be enjoyed on nights that start out as afternoons. Miller Lite. Hold true.
At Discount Tire, we know you might need tires for this, or this. No matter where you drive, you can count on us to get the right tires for your needs and your budget. Discount Tire, America's neighborhood tire store.
I don't own the apartment building, but the right out front is mine. And everything inside, like my office, and my library, my studio. I worked hard to get all of it. And I just
want to be sure it's all protected with auto and renter's insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here.
Here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
On October 2nd, CSN will become NBC Sports Chicago, powered by Xfinity. All the teams you love paired with a stronger connection to the power of NBC Sports. The ultimate destination for fans is NBC Sports Chicago, powered by Xfinity.
Cubs fans, show your team pride with Cubs checking and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card. I've got one, only available at your local Wintrust community bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. All right, Jake Arrieta will not start in Sunday's regular season finale. Instead, he'll pitch a simulated game. It looks like Wednesday. Righty has made 2 starts since injuring his hamstring earlier in the month. Sounds like Joe Maddon will not pitch Arrieta in Game 1 or 2 of the National League Division Series. Jake spoke about his recovery before today's ballgame.
It's nice now to have a few days just to completely do nothing, really to work with the trainers, do some stuff for recovery, contrast, doing some cryo, hyperbaric chamber, all these different laser lights we have that promote healing and regenerate cell growth. So that's kind of what we're going to focus on the next couple of days, and then get out there for a sim game and get everything tightened up. But other than that, I feel great. So when my time comes, I'll be ready regardless of when that is. And if it's Game 1, if it's Game 2, 3, it doesn't matter. I'm more than capable. I think this is just more precautionary to just to allow a little bit more healing to take place. I said it yesterday on the radio that I probably jumped out there a little too quickly. But I wanted to be out there as soon as I could. I was able to go out there. A couple more days would have been nice for recovery, but like I said, we're still in a spot where we needed to win some games, and I wanted to be out there and do anything I could to help that out. So yeah, I think a couple more days of rest, sim game, will be good to go.
All right, good to hear from Jake there, because you wonder, he is their most dominant starter, and when you hear, oh boy, he's not going to go on Sunday, and he says he still feels it back there, but I would think he's not going to pitch now till minimum Game 3, which would be a week from Monday at Wrigley. That gives him like 10, 12 days off.
Exactly. So you take 3 or 4 of these next few days, just like he said, get in the training room, hot, cold baths. Then you're getting all those lasers. You're getting everything you can to get that thing healed up as best as you could. Then you throw the sim game, and then I would like to see him Game 4. So you're just giving him extra days. And that could be a clinch game, or that could be an important game in the series. Who knows? So Every game is important, and he's a team player. He's not going to worry about when he's pitching. He just wants to be able to get out there and pitch healthy, not having that in the back of his mind.
All right, so that was the original injury when we saw that against Pittsburgh, and that was the end of it. He's very lucky it was not worse.
Yeah.
But if you're setting up your rotation, they're going to have Scherzer, Strasburg, Gio Gonzalez, and then probably Tanner Roark if they don't go back to Scherzer, if they feel like they've got to try and stay alive.
Yeah.
Who knows what the series will be at that point. I'm starting Kyle Hendricks game 1. I know you are.
For sure.
Who's going game 2?
Lester. He's been there, done that, and he's just a great guy to pitch in that situation. It's going to be good to see him tomorrow. Is he commanding that fastball? Is he putting that where he wants to? That'll give the Cubs confidence going into that.
Okay, what if he doesn't pitch well tomorrow?
I'm still going him number 2. You know, Q hasn't really pitched, and this is going to be his first postseason start. I want a guy that's been in that situation, has felt those emotions already.
High leverage.
Yeah, it's a different game in the playoffs.
Let's hope John pitches well tomorrow and calms everybody's nerves. We'll be right back. Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois.
Comcast Business offers fast and reliable internet speeds. Call 1-800-501-6000 now and choose a fast internet plan. Then add phone and TV for just $34.90 more per month. All the fast internet speeds include business Wi-Fi, access to millions of hotspots, 24/7 support, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't miss out. Switch to Comcast Business Internet. Then add phone and TV for $34.90 more per month. Act now. 1-800-501-6000.
Get great deals in-store only during Menards Crazy Day Sale. Make $1 after rebate on these splash wiper blades. Save on Ultra interior flat or ceiling paint, just $8.97 a gallon after rebate. Get the job done right with this Rockwell brushless drill kit for $99. A bundle of Owens Corning Classic 3-tab shingles is $9.77 after rebate. But hurry, these deals are so crazy, they're available in-store only. So hurry in to save big during Menards Crazy Day Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
All right, Swallows, what do we think?
Tuesdays this fall.
Guess what I've been doing?
No, I don't play that shit. And we got a pair for you.
That's what we're selling.
Offering? That's what we're offering.
This guy body checked me on the stairs.
He's old, they exaggerate. It's comedy with a whole lot of... Okay. Hit the Road and Loudermilk. Premiering Tuesday, October 17th, only on Audience.
Swallows!
Available exclusively on DirecTV and DirecTV Now.
No can do.
Ha! No. Not gonna happen.
When car salesmen push back, call Cadillac. Cadillac of Naperville. You're gonna hear...
Yes, sir.
Sure thing. Absolutely. A whole lot more. Cadillac of Naperville offers an incredible selection of new vehicles at outstanding values.
When others won't, we will. We're Cadillac of Naperville.
Were you impressed by his speed down the line?
No. I mean, it was just that he ran without jumping at the bag. Any of our players, position players or pitchers, I don't want to ever see anybody jumping at the bag, and he did not do that.
All right, what does it exactly mean to jump at the bag?
So you're trying to get there, and you think that you can gain more, get to the bag quicker by lunging, jumping towards it, rather than just run through it. And that's the problem. When you lunge, that hamstring can ball up right there, or you hit the side of the base, roll your ankle. There's too many ifs, and especially on a pitcher
who never runs.
Yeah,
the bases. I love the fact, and I think Justin O'Neill was telling me his exit velocity was like I think he said 37 miles an hour.
Right into the ground, too.
Yeah.
Straight down.
39 miles an hour
Nice.
exit velocity with a launch angle of 7 degrees.
That's not going out.
Not going out. All right, let's look back at David's keys for the pregame show, sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. And we start with key number 1, and that key was last tune-up.
Q looked really good for the first 4 innings. He was spotting that ball up and down. The curveball was nice and sharp. In the 5th inning, had a hiccup there. Left some pitches out over the plate. Curveball wasn't as sharp. They just got singles through the holes, found the holes. So it was a good start overall.
Yeah, no question about it. And then if you look at the second key,
staying healthy.
Stay healthy.
He had some
and
good
everybody
bats.
got out healthy.
There you go. So that's perfect.
Most important. All right, Cubs and the Reds will play again tomorrow. One more on Sunday. And then the Cubs will take some time off before they will jet off to the nation's capital.
Yeah.
And we'll get ready to host playoff baseball pre- and post-game shows. Looking forward. Tomorrow it's Jackson Stevens. He's 2-0 with a 386 in 21 innings. 15 hits, 16 Ks with 6 walks, a little bloated there. And then John Lester, and it's a big start for Johnny.
Definitely, and this is a good team for him to match up against because the Reds team, they have some hitters on this team.
They do.
So
they're the ones that pounded him the last time before the DL.
Yes, you're right. So now it's going to see how if he can spot that fastball, put it on both sides of the plate, and then mix in that slow curveball and that cutter in on right-handed hitters. That's going to be key for him. So that's what we're going to be watching. Doesn't matter if they win or lose, just how John Lester does.
Yeah, who would have thought they're going to get to, what are they at now, 91 wins.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think anybody thought at one point when they're 43 and 45, they're going to find a way to get to 91, potentially 92 or 93 wins.
Wow. That's how you surge in the second half.
Yep.
That's when you have a schedule that's favorable in your favor.
And you have a manager who rests guys.
That's it. It's
there
a
you
great
go.
combination.
Joe Maddon, that's what he
Great
keeps doing every year here for 3 straight years. Really good in August and September. All right, thanks for watching Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. David and Luke are here tomorrow. I've got the day off for the holiday. We'll leave you with the best of the Cubs regular season. Enjoy.
Bottom of the 9th inning, ball game tied 2-2. Anthony Rizzo at the plate. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. Base hit, Cubs win. Anthony Rizzo with a game winner.
That is a fair ball diving stop. Chris Bryant with a gem.
Let's see if he can drive in the go-ahead run.
Gets away. Jay to the plate. Cubs lead.
One in the air, grand slam, Wilson Contreras. Time for first big league knock here.
Ian Happ, first major league hit, first major league home run. He pulls one to deep left, number 2 today. A 99 pitch, complete game win for John Lester.
He's not going to throw to first base.
And he tosses it, and he got him!
Attaboy, John. Great moment of drama, 3-1 St. Louis. Fans are standing. Kyle Schwarber trying to come through. And the pitch. A swing and a high fly ball. Deep left center. Grand slam! Grand slam! Kyle Schwarber with a grand slam! That's going to be a base hit, and it gets by Piscotty. 2 runs will score. Cubs are right back in the game.
It's a grand slam! Ian Happ!
Wilbon, did your Cubs just turn everything around? They have come out of the break on fire. They just completed a 3-game sweep of the Baltimore Orioles and prize pitching acquisition Jose Quintana went 7 shutout innings with 12 strikeouts. They're behind the Brewers. The Brewers are a catchable team. I believe that the Cubs are going to go 20 games over the second half of the season.
Hayward leaps, and he makes the catch. Braun incredulous as he kicks the dirt. Ground ball, base hit. Cubs are going to grab the lead. It's 7-6. Rizzo in the air, well hit. It is a grand slammer.
Amala gets away. Here comes Baez. He scores. Cubs win. A wild pitch. Cubs win the ball game.
There's a base hit. Zobrist scores. Baez scores. Cubs win.
Franchise record of consecutive saves converted, 27 saves for Wade Davis.
It's a ground ball. That's a base hit. The game is going to be tied. Javier Baez delivered.
Fly ball, deep center. Broxton at the wall. A 2-run homer. Called strike 3.
Lackey fired up as he walks toward the Cubs' third base dugout.
Celebration begin. The Chicago Cubs are NL Central champions once again, and they're going to party in St. Louis.
Prudential asked these couples, how much money do you think you'll need in retirement?